The upcoming Netflix documentary series highlighting the life and times of Vincent Kennedy McMahon is reportedly being described as a double shovel burial of the former WWE CEO. Eddie Kingston reacts to the plastic bag spot last night at AEW All Out, a spot which he has pitched and been turned down by AEW President Tony Khan in the past. Nigel McGinness reveals how much he has left in the tank for his in-ring future, an update on Jimmy Uso's return to WWE television, and Daniel Garcia is advertised for several AEW shows, despite the fact that his contract with the company is soon set to expire. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with the Vince McMahon Netflix documentary series. Plenty of people talking about it this week after the first trailer dropped, and of course set to debut on Netflix later on this month. Now, as I mentioned, Netflix recently unveiled the first trailer for Mr. McMahon, an upcoming docuseries set to depict the rise and fall of Vince McMahon in the wrestling industry, from taking over the company from his father to his recent professional demise following a lawsuit filed by a former employee accusing McMahon of sex trafficking. The 6-part docuseries is set to debut before the move of Raw to the platform at the beginning of 2025. WWE was initially set to be involved in the documentary, but has since clarified that the company has no official involvement. Conan, Conrad Thompson, and Disco Inferno recently discussed the documentary and WWE's relationship with Netflix on an episode of Keeping It 100. Thompson said the documentary's executive producer Bill Simmons does what he wants, and Thompson believes there are people in WWE who aren't too happy with it. Quote, "It's a hit piece that they don't like," Thompson said. He's talking to Shoemaker and Meltzer and all those folks. It's an absolute double shovel burial. When Disco Inferno brought up those who work in the dirt sheets being negative about people like McMahon and Hulk Hogan while still working in the business, Thompson said that he thinks you have to separate the art from the artist, like he does with Chris Benoit and now McMahon. Quote, "He created some real magic for millions and millions of people, myself included, but he wasn't always a great guy," Thompson said. "I think if you go back and look up almost any of our heroes, whether they're in entertainment, music, or whatever, those folks disappoint you, but that doesn't mean you have to give up enjoying their previous work." So what are your thoughts when it comes to the upcoming Netflix documentary series? You got to watch it, and what do you think the portrayal of Vince McMahon is going to be in it? Let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section below. Now, of course, All Out featured several high-profile spots and turns last night, and Eddie Kingston, maybe he's got sour grapes about one of them. Now, Eddie Kingston has reacted to Jon Moxley choking Bryan Danielson with a plastic bag at AEW All Out after previously pitching the spot himself. Bryan Danielson, of course, was betrayed by his former Blackpool Combat Club teammates following his AEW World Championship defense, with Claudio Castagnoli dropping him with an uppercut and Moxley suffocating him with a plastic bag. Now, Fightful Select pointed out that the plastic bag spot had been pitched and shot down numerous times ahead of All Out, following Eddie Kingston revealing in an interview earlier this year that Tony Khan wouldn't let him do the spot. Kingston has now taken to Instagram to react to Moxley using the spot, reposting artwork of him having some extreme pitches shut down. The absent AEW star captioned the post, quote, "I'm just going to leave this here." Eddie Kingston noted in an interview earlier this year that he had asked AEW President Tony Khan to redo the infamous plastic bag angle that Flair and Funk did at Clash of the Champions 8 several times. So, what are your thoughts about Eddie Kingston? Is he right to have sour grapes when it comes to this, or is it just him poking some fun? Let me know your thoughts about that one too. Now, Nigel McGinness. So many people are still wondering, what is the future of Nigel McGinness inside of a professional wrestling ring after he competed for the first time in several years at AEW All In London at Wembley Stadium. Now, McGinness himself has addressed his wrestling future following his recent return to the ring at AEW All In London. Following years of teasing an in-ring return, McGinness made his wrestling comeback at the August 25th pay-per-view, competing in the Casino Gauntlet match. With McGinness fitting in while sharing the ring with some of AEW's top stars, there has been some speculation about the AEW announcer stepping into the ring again. Speaking during the AEW All Out 0 Hour pre-show, McGinness noted that if another opportunity comes his way, he might take it. When asked how much gas he has left in the tank, the former Ring of Honor World Champion said, quote, "It's still at full, if I'm perfectly honest. I shot my shot and I didn't get my opportunity, but if another opportunity presents itself, I might take it." So, do you think McGinness will get another shot, and do you think he will finally get his match once again against his longtime nemesis and foe, Bryan Danielson? Now, a bit of an update when it comes to Jimmy Uso and his WWE future. Of course, we haven't seen him for quite some time on WWE television. And his father, WWE Hall of Famer Rikishi, shared a big update on Jimmy Uso following Jimmy's 5-month absence from the ring. Now, Uso last wrestled at WrestleMania 40 on Night 1 on April 6th, losing to his twin brother Jey Uso in singles action. Solo Sikoa kicked Jimmy Uso out of the Bloodline faction on the following episode of SmackDown, replacing him with Tama Tonga. While we haven't heard much about Jimmy's status since then, Rikishi shared an update on his son while speaking on his Off the Top podcast, noting that Jimmy is, quote, ready to go. Believing that Jimmy could return at any given moment, Rikishi said, quote, Jimmy's doing fine. I think at any given moment, hopefully, that Jimmy will be ready to come back and be able to do what he loves. I'm sure he misses the fans, and I'm sure you all miss Jimmy, so he's doing great. He's got some time to be able to rest the body, rest the mind, and he's ready to go. So hopefully we'll be able to see Jimmy soon. Of course, with Roman Reigns confronting Solo Sikoa several times following his SummerSlam return, it has been heavily speculated that Reigns will reunite with the Usos and Sami Zayn to take on a new iteration of the Bloodline, basically a Bloodline OG versus the new Bloodline, possibly culminating in a War Games match at Survivor Series later on this year. And finally, a bit of an update here when it comes to the future and current status of Daniel Garcia in All Elite Wrestling, particularly when it comes to some advertisements that AEW have done for upcoming television tapings. Now, interesting updates have emerged on Daniel Garcia following AEW All Out, amid speculation about his future with the organization. Now, Garcia was featured in an interesting spot against Maxwell Jacob Friedman at the September 7th pay-per-view All Out, initially losing to the former AEW World Champion before taking MJF out with a second rope pile driver, with it previously being reported that Garcia's current AEW contract is set to expire before the end of the year. There has been a lot of speculation about Garcia's future and whether or not he remains with the company. Now, AEW has now hinted that they expect Garcia to stay with the organization, with the company advertising him for 3 newly announced events. Daniel Garcia was featured on posters for the October 26th and November 2nd Collision episodes in Cedar Rapids and Philadelphia respectively, as well as the November 27th Dynamite/Collision taping in Chicago. While the posters always note cards subject to change, they have fueled rumors that Garcia is planning to sign a contract extension. Previous reports had indicated that Garcia's current deal would only keep him with the company through October. Now, following All Out, Fightful Select noted that they haven't heard that Garcia has signed a new AEW contract yet. Of course, there was also reporting afterwards suggesting that if he had signed a new contract, he would have won the match against MJF last night. But due to the fact that he hasn't put pen to paper, the finish of the match was changed to MJF winning, even though MJF is now taking time off AEW television to go film a movie. So, of course, if we get any more details on the future of Daniel Garcia, we'll let you know in an upcoming video. But there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.